Hi, my name is Joshua Robinson, and I am doing this video as a reflection or as a review to the recent study abroad trip that I did in Barcelona, Spain. One big thing that I learned about myself while doing this study abroad trip is that I'm very accustomed to the life that I live here in America, and it was quite the change to go from here to Spain just because there's so many cultural differences, and the way that their life is set up, as like just how their day goes, is far different than the way that America's does. And um, the Spanish lifestyle isn't as fast paced as America's is, and so that took a big transition to the Spanish lifestyle. So having never been outside of the country, I've never experienced a culture other than America's, and I never realized how different a culture could be from one to another until I actually went out of my own culture and went to and submerged myself in a different culture. Everything changed from the time that I woke up to when I ate, how much I ate, when I could go to sleep. So as far as waking up, Spain starts their days much later in the day. So I wouldn't have to wake up till 9:30 instead of like 6:30 if I was back at home. And even my eating schedule was very different. When in Spain, I didn't eat until 1 in the afternoon, and then I would eat really late, like 10:30 or 11:30. Whereas in America, I eat probably 4 or 5 times a day instead of just 2. I went to sleep later than usual just because I didn't have to get up until later, and yeah. The actual study abroad portion of this class really actually related to what we were learning in the class, because the class focused a lot about teamwork and managing people that you're working with, working together, and a lot of the assignments in this class were team-based, or they were team assignments. And then so it took the skills that we were learning in the class to work together as a team, and so to get a good grade in this class, you had to actually apply what we were learning in the class. I think that this trip will help me in my future career, because I'm sure at some point I'm gonna have either co-workers or superiors or subordinates that aren't from America, or they come from a different culture, or they were raised differently than me. And so I feel like what this class helped prepare me to do is to deal with conflict, or if not conflict, then just how to get along with different people from different cultures who don't necessarily have the same background that you do. And I feel like that was enhanced by going to a different country, because I didn't speak their language, and I still had to get over certain problems like public transportation, or even ordering in a restaurant in Spain was different because they didn't speak English. So I either had to get somebody to translate, or just kind of work with the host or the hostess to communicate what I wanted to eat. Finally, if I were to give advice to somebody who was planning on doing the Barcelona trip next year, the first thing I would tell them is to at least get a little bit of Spanish under their belt, so they could at least understand some, maybe have light conversation, or at least just ordering in restaurants or talking to public transportation workers. And 2, I would say get used to working in a team, because like I said, a lot of the class is team-based, and so I would tell them to get ready to just do a lot of things that require teamwork. With all that said, I really appreciate the time that I spent in Barcelona, and I honestly think that it really helped develop me as a person, and I think it gave me a lot of good experience that I couldn't have gotten any other way.